So thank you very much, everyone, and welcome again to this once in a month session that we do from the platform of ICF members in Pakistan. We still are not a chapter, so there. That's why we can't call ourselves as ICF Pakistan. So we are ICF members from Pakistan who are doing this program for now. I think 26 months. 2 years and 2 months regularly every month. I was just checking my previous programs, and when I got to know that someone referred me, Amira, basically, who was in our last program from Egypt, she referred us to Chaima, and she sent her profile and everything, and then I contacted Chaima, and I went back and I thought that, oh, she was with us last year also. And she delivered a program. And when I checked that dates of that program, in fact, that was on 29th of August 2025. So it is 28th of August 2026 now. So it's exactly after 1 year that she's back with us. Last year it was a panel discussion with Scoofi, I think, who is from Africa, and Chaima is from Egypt. So welcome, Chaima, for this program. And just a quick update that you will be basically the program goes as such that you have a presentation, of course, to make, and you will have about 25 minutes, 30 minutes of a speaking time. You can take questions in between, or we can do questions later at the end. Shama is basically a very accomplished coach, and over the last 28 years now that she's been into profession, and she is a professional certified coach with more than 2,500 coaching hours. She is also a founder of Dreamcatcher, which is a holistic coaching and organization development firm. She has delivered 20 multidisciplinary coaching and leadership programs for multinational corporations. She is also recognized as an advocate for diversity, inclusion, equity, justice, and belonging, and neurodiversity as well. So that's very interesting. I mean, that's one topic which is very much close to heart of every progressive person around the globe, and it should be, as diversity is something that we all should cherish on. She is also the former president of international of ICF Egypt chapter, and I think for 2 years you remain a president of the chapter. She was from 24 to 26 this year, and as I was talking to her, she said that now she has more time going back to her coaching, and she can do that. Being a president of a chapter of an ICF chapter, and being a president of anything takes the hell out of you. So, president of a chapter of big chapter, I think, and we would like to know about this also if you have time during your talk. She's also fluent in, besides Arabic and English, she is fluent in French and Spanish as well. So, uh, I think you are fluent in that, but we won't understand a word if you speak so today. I think Bakhtiar Saab knows Spanish, I think.
Hablo un poco de español, sí.
That's great. So over to you, Shaima, for this program, and you can share your screen, and over to you.
Thank you very much first for the introduction. And I'm happy because I'm here for the second year, and I always feel excited while I'm surrounding with beautiful souls like you. And I'm grateful for your invitation and for giving me the opportunity to deliver something that it's just, I have invented, elaborated. It's my profession, my personal experience. Okay, so I'm happy to share an experience, not only as a coach, but as a human being with another human beings. And this is our role in life, to share experience and to learn from each other, to grow together. Okay, so while I'm sharing my screen, let's check in and to see how was your morning till now? How do you feel? Yeah. Let's interact and check in, even in chat.
So we are supposed to reflect or
Yes, yes,
tell
yes.
you
I'm
that how
asking
was our
you.
morning?
Yeah. How was the morning so far? We're still in the beginning of the morning. How do you feel?
But by the way, let me start. I'm a morning person, so I start my morning quite early. So
Mhm.
although it's just 11 here in Pakistan, so more than half of my day is already gone. So I think
Okay.
it seems that quite a reflection should be done now.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyone else?
Yeah, so like Omar, I'm also a morning person, and this is the best time for me to practice my spiritual. I love to do my meditation.
Yeah.
So this is like, my ritual to be grounded. And so I've started doing this regularly, and it's really helping me to be in the present moment. So that
Okay.
is
Perfect. Perfect.
Well, I am not really a morning person. After Fajr, I sleep again and get up at 8 o'clock. But today I got up, did some gardening in my little garden, and
Mhm.
already here I am. Nice morning today, bright in Lahore.
Perfect. Perfect. So, what's your intention for the day and for the 1 hour or 30 minutes that we're gonna be together here? Any intention?
Morning
Yeah,
person.
I think, sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, go ahead,
So,
Ruth. Please, please.
Rufi, then Umar. Yeah.
My intention is, the minute I got up today, I just looked at my calendar and I said, this is 1 hour I am not going to miss. So I started I was looking forward to it. I was ready by 10:30, and my intention is to just listen to you and to meet and greet the people in this community, because for me this is the first time, and I'm super excited. Really looking forward to it. 100% present here right now. And by the way, I'm a yogi and I meditate. And so, of course, not as regularly as I should, but that's another thing that I need to do. It's on my checklist. So
Yeah.
great to have you. All ears for you.
It's my pleasure. So, and what is the first thing came to your mind and heart when you see or hear spiritual pose?
To get to the heart of what coaching really is, because I do executive coaching. We're mostly talking about success and making more money and so on. But this is where ultimately the client comes to it in the end as the real thing that they want, spiritual meaning.
Yeah.
For me, I think spiritual pause because is to just connect with myself, because there's so much inner chatter going on and we are
Yeah.
striving every day. And I think presence is the superpower that we're working on. So this topic really
the key
is
accounts.
important.
So it is on a growth right now, but not.
Sorry.
No.
I put
Oh,
you
my?
on mute. Yes,
Oh,
okay,
my?
please.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've been listening quietly, but now I thought I must say something when you asked this question. So whenever I listen to the word meaning, the first thing that comes to my mind is the book by Viktor Frankl, A Man's Search for Meaning. And I related very well with the framework given in that book.
I think
Umair,
there's
we
some
can't hear
issue
you.
with the
We can't hear you properly, I think.
And with the human. Is it better now?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about the book by Viktor Frankl called Man's Search for Meaning. And I was saying that when we talk about spirituality, I cannot relate anything better than the meaning, the way it is explained in the book, where you get into so much trouble, and the only reason for you to stay alive and move forward becomes your spirituality and connection with your meaning. So when you said when you were talking, I was relating with that.
Okay, perfect. Kiran?
Yep, thanks.
I was actually curious to know how you define spirituality, because the first thing that at least comes to my mind is more on the religious side of things. And, so I wanted to know, do you have a wider definition, or is that where you plan to go? So I was actually very curious about the session.
Okay. So, first of all, there is nothing in relation with religion or religious stuff. Spirituality for me, it's something that we can give a meaning and define as per the context. And today, spiritual pause for me, it's just a conscious moment for us as coaches to still, a moment of stillness, just to take a pause, practice not only reflection, but focus on the being, not only on the doing. We are all the time on the roller coaster of life, on the autopilot mode, the survival mode. But as coaches, we always create a space for others to hold their journeys. And sometimes we forget to hold the space for us. And the best space to reflect and to gain clarity and to be recentered is within ourselves. So today, spiritual pause means a moment to stay, but a conscious moment to stay with ourselves, to rediscover the inner wisdom, to start with fresh perspective, to gain clarity, to go for different meanings, or to go more deeper with the meanings that we have. And this will give us another space to unlock our inner power as human being, to first transform, then to give the space to touch other lives, to be more human-centered, not only a business-centered. Because lately coaching is totally business, and a few of us who still looking for the human side. So it's a conscious moment with ourselves to choose how we're gonna show up through the coming hour, the coming week, the coming year. Okay. This is clear a bit what I meant with pause now. Okay. So, and for me, pause, it's not just a word. For me, and as I mentioned previously, it's my personal experience. So I'm transferring what I got for you. I'm sharing it. Pause for me, every and each letter has a meaning. Within the journey, spiritual journey, I mean, to find the meaning and the power. P, it's presence. So we need a time to come out of the roller coaster, the survivor mode, and ask ourselves, where am I right now? We are always asking our clients, but we need to ask ourselves, where am I right now? The A, it's awareness, but awareness about ourselves. We need to ask ourselves, what is going inside us? What is happening inside me as a human being and as a coach? Notice our emotions, our feelings, our assumptions. Because coaching from assumptions, it's a bit hard for us and for the client. So we deserve to take such moment to gain awareness about ourselves. The U, it's about understanding. Understanding what? Our experience. Go more deeper to the experience that we have in life with coaching and ask ourselves what this experience is telling me right now. What the experience is asking me. If the experience have a voice, what it's telling me now. If there is something that I should bring my attention to right now, what could it be? What is the lesson learned from the experience? Why? Because lesson learned will be something that we're gonna build on it through the spiritual journey and after the spiritual journey. Okay? And the S, it's for spiritual connection. It's now time to know, as coaches, to visit and revisit what really matters for us in life and in coaching journey. Why? Because it's more comfortable for us to stay a bit and review our values, the meanings, different meanings for us, and what we are genuinely stand for, because it won't only reflect on the way how we live, it will reflect on the way how we coach, how we perceive our clients, how we deal within the coaching session. Are we allowed and able to create a psychological safe space for them or not? And the embodiment, it's here asking myself how I want to become, how I want to show up for myself, for others, and for my clients. This is where the magic of coaching reflection work. Ask yourselves, reflect. But it's about reflecting, not reacting on what happened. You know the difference between both reacting and reflecting? So the pose here could happen every moment, every day. We have different type of poses, you know. But the one we are talking about here is the deep one, the periodical pose that we should do as coaches monthly, weekly, not the pose of every day, you know. Why? Because deep poses will be like, what is the word? Recalibrate ourselves, restandardize, you know. But before we start the journey, we have the secret sauce or the secret key, the intention. We should know before we start why we are going through that spiritual pose. Okay? Are you convinced by the factor of intention? Anyone want to share? Okay. So the intention here plays the role of the inner compass. It's an inner commitment with me and myself to give direction for what I want to go for. It will give me a space to always have a conscious choice, a conscious decision about what I want to reach. For me, I think that without intention, the pause will be another break. Could be a purposeful one and could not. Without intention, the reflection will be just to rumination or to ruminate. Without intention, for me, realign won't be that effective. It could be another boring exercise for us. So intention will give us a purposeful journey. And intention here, it's different from the goal. You know what's the difference between intention and goal, or should I go through it? Okay. Intention is how I choose to show up. It's like an orientation. And the goal, it's just what I want to achieve, the outcome. For example, my goal is that I want to become more present coach. But the intention here will be, I intend to slow down, to listen deeply, and to remain open. This is the difference between goal and intention. And actually, for me, intention is the soul of the pose. Because with intention, all the reflection, the homework that we are doing within the pose, it will be translated into action. Any comment here? Umar?
Just one. Chaima, as we understand that all that we do, we somehow understand in this part of the world that based on our learning as well, from a religious perspective, also that all the work that we do are based on the intentions we have. So does that have any bearing on this part of your session that intentions are basically something which are very closely related to the outcome that will happen? Is it so?
Yes, yes. As I told you before, intention will be the inner compass. If someday within the journey I feel stuck, I will remember the intention. If one day I feel effortless, hopelessness, when I remember the intention I set it before I start the journey, it will motivate me. There will be a reason to continue, a reason to go, okay? But it's not related to religious. As I mentioned, I'm not talking religion. I'm talking about the meaning, the intentions, without any religious stuff. Okay, it's clear now, or?
Yeah, if I may put it like this, as we say that well begun is half done, well intended is more than half done, you know.
Yes, yes, yes. Totally agree. Okay. The journey have different components. Is stop, think, reflect, realign, and hold your space. So that's why I'm telling you it's not a break. It's you have a date with yourself, me and myself, you and yourself, to talk to each other. to have a conversation, but the conversation will have a structure. We're gonna stop for a while, and stop here doesn't mean to quit life. It's just create an intentional and mindful space for myself to find the meaning, to be fulfilled, to reconnect with the present moment. This is the meaning of stop here, okay? To return to the present moment, to stop the noise, to interrupt the noise around me. And think here, it's not an evaluation and checklist. It's like space to explore what is truly served me as a human being, as a coach, what is truly served my life, my work, my coaching process, and my client. It's like a conscious SWOT analysis for my vision, my mission, and values. What is the patterns, the feelings, the thoughts that create an obstacle for me? What beliefs are unuseful right now? So stop here. It's about to check what's happening inside me. And reflect here, it's to take a moment to reflect in action and on action. Could be through journaling, through a mentor, a peer, a supervision. It's just to help myself know who you are becoming. Who am I becoming? What's the next calling for me as a human being, then as a coach? It's deeper understanding of myself, okay? My identity that will reflect on my coaching process. It's to honor the human being I am. So reflection here, it's reflection on the experience and on myself. It's looking inward, okay? The part of realign, it's not just reset, it's to reconnect to the meanings, to the mission, and to reposition myself from a point of alignment, okay? It's to create different meanings of who I am and of the coaching, the values that drive me and drive the coaching process. Here will be clear what really matters for me, okay? Then holding a space, the space here will be first for myself, a space not to fix myself, it's to learn how to remain myself grounded within the process. It's to coach and lead from integrity. Set my boundaries because we have uncertainty in life, uncertainty in the coaching process. So I want to embody all what I have created through the journey to be more grounded, to be here and now, to create a space for myself and for my client. Any question here?
Yes, I think just
yes,
a
go.
quick query. I'm not a very meditation type. So it's basically in your coaching journey and in your coaching experience, you might have faced certain corporate clients or any other clients that you do. So what this whole space, holding of space, what you are mentioning is for the coachee himself, from the coach perspective, and how do you translate it into a coachee perspective, or have you faced any such incidences where there was a coachee who was not holding that space, and they perhaps are not two meditation types, or they are not aligned with themselves as well.
Yeah.
So how much that changes the perspective of a coach if they
Yeah.
face such a person?
Yes, yes. Let's do it with two examples, okay? And here, it's not only about meditation, because as you know, not all of us are comfortable with meditation, but we can do journaling, we can reflect. First, you should reflect on yourself. You should be aware of yourself, your values, your patterns, your beliefs, what drives you in personal and professional life. Being fully aware of yourself, what triggers you, how do you perceive life and people. We can name this a healing process. Okay? Not, of course, a fully healed process, but knowing yourself, being aware, and being able to hold the space for you to be a human being will give you the ability to deal with different clients, to deal with the client that is very, that resists, a client that came with too much pain and darkness. So you will be able to deal with your triggers, if you have triggers, your emotions, be compassionate and empathy in a healthier way. So you will bring him a safe space to be vulnerable, to come up without being shy, with all openness. And this won't affect the coaching process, because you won't judge him. You won't be affected by whatever he or she as a client came with. Okay, this is the first example. The second one, a coach who didn't go through this journey, didn't reflect, didn't have a time to see what happened inside him or her, it could be triggered quickly within the coaching session. Being in corporate life or normal life, some coaches who didn't have the space for themselves, who didn't stay with their emotions, triggers, patterns, and values, could be not able to hold the space for others who came with pain, who came with different knowledge, different background, and different perspective. So it won't be a safe space, not for the coach or the coachee. And it won't be a coaching conversation. It will be a place that full of darkness, pain. The client could be in a worse status, and the coach is need for help. Did I answer your question?
Yes, I think very well, but there might be other questions arising, because this is such an unfolding thing. I mean, there isn't any specific end to perhaps these things, but yes, it helps us to move forward, especially to me, because I do different kind of coaching. So that's interesting.
Can I share an example that, happened with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually, what she's saying that, when for the coaches, it's very important to ground ourselves because there's so much going on, so much inner chatter. So it happens with me initially when I was coaching. When I went to the coaching session, I was too overwhelmed, and the client came up with the same story that I was going through. So I was like in that space. I was not listening to. I was just in my head. So next time, I said that 5 minutes before the coaching session, I will give myself and I will do some grounding exercise so that I am in my headspace. I'm reflecting on myself first. I'm grounding myself first. So this is, I think, is this what you meant with that?
This is for me, yeah. This is a part. This is the pause before the session and between the session to be grounded. But what I'm talking about is the deepest one. It's related to values, to what triggered you. Sometimes clients came with stories that we were at their places. If we didn't have our spiritual pause, we will be easily triggered. Okay, so we need a third one to contain the place, to hold a place for both of us, So there is different poses. The one that you mentioned to be grounded before the session, and the deeper one to have a journey, to ground your journey, your coaching journey, to ground the human being you are. Okay, but you're totally right. Okay, and sometimes when I feel not only when I feel tired, when I have a headache, I've never do a coaching session, because whatever I'm going through, reflection, meditation, to ground myself, I'm not here. I'm with the headache. Even for that simple thing. Okay, the next phase is to hold the space for the framework or the journey and all our power and freedom. We have to remember that we are coaching from our truth. We should be authentic. And to have this thing, there is two phases. A phase to stay with our inner compass that contains some words, but it's not only words, it's meaning, it signals for us, and to have a reflective question. The first phase of the inner compass is this word. It's not only vice versa. It's about, am I coaching from courage or comfort? Am I coaching from integrity or impressing? Which means every one of us should stay with these words and ask where I'm rested now, where I'm here. Because coaching from impressing all the time, you are trying to perform to impress the client, not to contain the client and bring him to the session or her with integrity. Are you coaching from partnership or from authority? From learning or knowing? Because knowing, it won't be a coaching session. It will be like, I'm the expert here, I know everything. But learning, you will activate the phase of not knowing. So you will activate the curiosity. Those words are signals. So we should stay with them and with ourselves and ask where we are residing now and where we want to be. A conscious choice here will bring value, will transform the human being you are, the leader you are, and the coach you are. Okay? Is the start to return to your authentic true self. And you ask yourself, from which place I want to lead, from which place I want to lead, and from which place I want to coach. And there is question for every stuff, but I know that we don't have that time. And then after we stay with those things, and why we stay with those things first? Because this signals or words are working on 5 stages. The inner self. So through this word, we know who I am becoming as a human being and as a coach. It works on the inner stance. So from where am I coaching? It works on the relationships between me and the coachee, how I'm holding a space for my client journey. It works also on the purpose. Why does coaching matter to me? Why does such work is important to me? And after that, the expression. Expression here, it's about how I believe that coaching is a lifestyle. I'm living through coaching mindset, and I'm coaching with the coaching mindset. And after that, we stay with different questions. There is a tons of questions here. It's, am I coaching from clarity or burnout? What I'm bringing as a coach to the session? Where do I'm dwelling as a coach? What energy I bring to my clients or to the coaching space? Okay, there is a tons of questions like how much I'm coaching from alignment with my authentic self, with my purpose, with my values. There is a set of questions, but I don't know, we are not able to say it all of right now. So this is the framework or the journey of the spiritual pose to gain power and meaning. And now I'm open to receive questions and to know how do you feel about it? What's the takeaways? But
Thank you
through
very
the
much.
journey,
Any questions?
you have to remain the 3 that
Yeah,
ethics are compatible.
Bakhtiar Saab has a question, and then Sobia.
Yes. Yeah. I'm here.
Sir, you have to unmute. Bakhtiar Saab, you are mute.
Sorry. Yeah. I have a comment. The last slide you shared, Chaima, is a wonderful slide. The 15 positions that you want to start off as a coach as compared to the 15. The last slide, this one, yeah. Wonderful slide. I've taken a picture. I'll be using it off and on to keep myself grounded. The 2 extremes, as we see as coaches. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sobia,
I can send you the slide if you want. Yeah, Sobia.
Hi, thank you so much, Chaima, for a wonderful session. My question is, I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm attending the session from office. I might have missed something, but I want to know, like, we talked about, Shabeen also mentioned that, we do some kind of grounding before normally, we come up, enter the session. Can you give a specific example, or is there a specific technique or a tool that we can use to, like you mentioned, the spiritual pause, for example, so not to get triggered by something that we might relate to, for example, when we are coaching? So if you can specify that, please.
Yeah, sure. Let's say that we have different type of poses. If we are talking about the pose before the session to be grounded, it will take from 3 seconds to 3 minutes. Okay, just to cool down. It could be breathing techniques, it could be a meditation, it could be putting an intention for the coming hour that you're gonna coach the client. Could be for the short time pause, okay, before the session, okay, or just to, if you feel that you are in a noise, just reflect with journaling. How do I feel? Why? And what would support me right now? Okay, because you are about to start a session. Okay, so it's what could support me right now, why I'm feeling like that. Okay, and how I could be read it. This is for the short stuff. And to have the pause like a daily ritual, so we can have meditation every day, breathing. You start your day with gratitude, you start your day with intention, and you ask yourself, what I want from myself today, how I want to see myself today. And after you go from your bed, stay a bit with the first feeling you have, the first thoughts you had, to just know how they will drive you throughout the day. Okay, don't let the thought or the emotion lead you and lead your day. Okay, so this is for a daily. Have a daily routine. Even if you want to dance, just to be open and grounded. Grounded can be done through dancing, through meditation, through breathing, through reflection, or through going to nature, hold a tree, be without shoes on the earth. This could help. And at the end of the day, just check out on you in the mid of the day. Actually, check out on yourself. How do you feel? Are you going through the intention you put to yourself at the beginning of the day? Are you still with the same feelings and thoughts or not? And at the end of the day, it's just reading, meditation, and ask yourself, what makes you happy today? What makes you proud of yourself today? And how you was through the day as a coach, even you don't have a client at that day. Okay, and for the deepest one, you can go through that journey. You can stop working as a coach for 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, as you like, as you feel. How much time do you feel? Do you want to return to your essence, to your being, to your true self? Okay. And always ask yourself, how I want to show up today. how I want to show up during the coaching session, how I want to show up during the meeting. Okay, and take a deep breath and just close your eyes and remember all the factors and aspects that would help you and make you show up as you want. Any other question?
Okay, good. So if anyone else who has any ideas, thoughts, any questions regarding this meaning and question slide, in fact, that's somehow we all as coaches, we really talk about this, but the idea behind your whole talk, I think, was how our intentions shape our outcomes. And that's exact. In fact, as coaches, we profoundly understand that first it applies to ourselves, and then we would be able to translate that into our coaching sessions. So I think
Yeah.
that's one of the messages that I have taken from today. So anyone else who would like to comment or say anything, or
It's
then we,
also mirror yourself before you mirror your client.
yeah, exactly. So I think if there isn't anything else, we should all thank Chaima for your session today.
Just a minute.
Please.
As we were chatting before the meeting, we as coaches in Pakistan, ICF coaches in Pakistan, would like to one day establish our own chapter. And as Chaima has been heading the chapter in Egypt, we would like to know what kind of difficulties you faced and what are the things that we need to do to set up a chapter and keep it working well.
Yeah, very
Okay.
quickly. Yes, you can share some
Yes.
thoughts, please.
Yes. Okay. For me, I have been there as a president after 10 years. Okay. So 10 years of publishing a chapter, it had a long journey. It's just to ask yourself why you want to have the chapter and put your action plan, have the minimum of members, and just go through the application, through whatever you want. The difficulties is to serve different mindsets, to serve different flavors, and to apply the diversity. Okay. It's also to have in the background that you're not here for yourself.
You're
are
not here
here
for
yourself. For
yourself.
yourself. You are here for the others. You are here to create a legacy. And creating a legacy could be seen after years. So don't overwhelm yourself. Just trust the process. Get rid from the ego. Get rid from the ego. It's not about you. It's about serving others and have the shot.
Very well said. Very well said. I think that's really a prophetic way of looking at all those things. But yes, that's exactly what the whole philosophy behind coaching and establishing coaching setup and ecosystem is all about. And exactly, there is diversity, and we should be able to not only develop that diversity, but to appreciate the diversity amongst us as well. And in fact, since in Pakistan, we have spread around in 3 large cities, which are apart from each other also, with quite a distance. But yes, as you said, that it is a legacy, that what kind of a legacy that you are leaving behind, and it's a long journey. And we hope all those who are today, those who are very regular members of this group, we all understand that it is, we need to trust the process. And that's exactly what is required, in fact. And that's why I think we are, it is taking us a longer time. And we are trusting the process, in fact, inshallah. So
Yeah.
that's how we'll
Put your
go.
intention, be courageous enough, and do it.
Yeah. Yeah, our intention is also very clear. Our intention is also very noble, in fact. So let's hope that it will turn out a good result, in fact. So again, thank you very much, Chaima, for your time. And if there isn't anything else, we would be closing the session now with a hope that inshallah we'll be having another session. There is one look, there is one other person who is trying to admit to join now. So it's just at the end. So I'm not sure if we could admit that person now. But anyway,
Oh,
thank you
she's
very
here.
much.
Yeah, Heba.
Thank you very much for everyone. And we'll
Can we
meet
take a
again.
picture?
Oh,
Can we
yes,
take
we
a
can.
yeah,
We can. Please.
And I will cross my fingers for you.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
we need that. We need that.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And let's have a picture. If you
Bye.
can turn on your cameras, those who haven't done. So please, Shabeen, we are all eyes
Yeah.
and ears.
Done. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Have a
much,
wonderful
everyone.
day.
Thank you.
Stay safe. Bye.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Allah Hafiz.
Bye.